Hey everyone, it's your boy Modern Speed here again. This is my second video of the day. And this video is actually going to be looking at the All-Star game. The All-Star game coming up on February 17th to the 19th of February. The reserves have been announced, so we know the full rosters for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference for the NBA All-Star game in New Orleans. So I just want to say who's in it, and then I'm also going to break down like some notable players that didn't make it, or players that I think wouldn't have been a total surprise had they made it, and you could probably expect to see them in future All Star games. So let's go. So right now, let's look at the starters for the East. So in the Eastern Conference, the starters are Kyrie Irving, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. I hope I got his name right. But those are your starters for the Eastern Conference. And going straight on to the reserves, we got Kyle Lowry, Isaiah Thomas, John Wall, Kemba Walker, Paul Millsap, Kevin Love, and Paul George. And you know what? There's not many surprises there. Definitely love that Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan made it. Kind of wish Kyle Lowry made it as a starter, but you know what? I'm glad both Toronto guys made it in. But you know what? No real surprises, honestly, from the Eastern Conference. But as I said before, there are some notables, players that I think that could have potentially made it, or probably should keep your eyes on them in the future, because they'll definitely make the All-Star game. And I got four names here. We got Joel Embiid, and you know what? He's been playing pretty well. It's his rookie season, and you know what? He's going through the process, and he's proving that the process works. He's been averaging 19.8 points per game, 7.9 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, and you know what? He's shown the ability to stretch the floor. He's shooting 34.8% from downtown, so he's been playing pretty well. Again, I wouldn't have been surprised if he had made the All-Star team for the Eastern Conference. You also got Kristaps Porzingis from New York. He's been a bright spot for New York. He's been averaging 18.8 points per game, 7.3 rebounds per game, and 1.9 blocks. He's been a bright spot for New York, so watch out for him in the future. He's definitely going to be a huge star going forward. You got Jabari Parker, another big name from Milwaukee. He could have potentially made it too. He's averaging 20.5 points per game, 5.9 rebounds. You know what? He's stretching the floor as well. He's averaging 39.1%. He's shooting 39.1% from downtown. So, he could have made it too. And expect him to put up better numbers next year. And the last name here is Hassan Whiteside. Definitely a down year defensively for him. He's only averaging 2 blocks per game compared to last year, where he's averaging almost 4 blocks a game, around 3.7 blocks per game. But Hassan Whiteside's another notable name. He's just been injured a lot this season, so he hasn't had the impact that he had last year. But expect him to be a force next year when he's healthy. So expect that. In terms of his other stats, he's averaging 16.9 points per game this year and 13.9 rebounds. So expect next year for him to have a huge impact and make this all-star team. Now, we're going to flip sides, and we're going to go on to the Western Conference, and let's get on with it. We're going to start off with the starters. We got Steph Curry, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. So you got, that's your starters there for the Western Conference. Let's go straight on to the reserves. DeMarcus Cousins, Marc Gasol, Draymond Green, DeAndre Jordan, Klay Thompson to end off the big four for the Golden State Warriors. Russell Westbrook, who, I wish he was starting. He's been having a huge season with all the triple doubles he's been getting. And Gordon Hayward. Again, in my opinion, there are two surprises, I guess. Gordon Hayward and DeAndre Jordan. They're two players that I think could have potentially replaced these guys, and I'll talk about that in the notables coming up. But otherwise, not huge surprises, to be honest. Pretty much what you would expect from the Western Conference. Again, as I said before, I would have expected Russell Westbrook to make the starting lineup, probably instead of Steph Curry, just because of the season that Russell Westbrook's having. You know, it's historic. It's probably going to be pretty rare for a player to do this again. Honestly, I don't see Westbrook doing this next year. So, this is a historic season for him. But again, glad to see him in the All-Star game. Definitely deserved it. But anyways, let's look at the notable players from the West that didn't make it. And first name off the bat, we'll look at Rudy Gobert. He's been a force defensively for the Utah Jazz. He's averaging 2.5 blocks per game. It's a breakout year for him, so he's actually been averaging 12.8 points per game and 12.6 rebounds per game. So he's been playing pretty solid as well. And he's been working on his free throws, averaging 64.4% from the free throw line. And you know what? I'm expecting that to be better. So, you know what? Rudy Gobert is a player that you should be watching out for next year. He'll definitely make the All-Star team more than likely next year. Karl-Anthony Towns is one of the players that I thought would have made the All-Star team, probably instead of DeAndre Jordan. But again, Jordan is a great defensive player, so I'm not surprised that he made it. But Karl-Anthony Towns has had himself a season as well. He's averaging 22.4 points per game, 11.9 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, 3 assists per game. You know, he's been playing pretty solid this season. The only thing I would say more than likely is that, Minnesota hasn't been having the record that I thought they would have. Really expecting them with Tom Thibodeau as their coach to take that next step. But the process is going a bit slow. So a bit surprised in that regard in terms of Karl-Anthony Towns not making the team. The next player is Damian Lillard. He's been snubbed again. I will actually call this a snub because, I feel like he's the type of player that's been playing really well and he's just not getting the recognition that he deserves. Damian Lillard has been averaging 26.2 points per game, 5.8 assists, and 4.8 rebounds. He's a player that I think could have replaced Gordon Hayward in the reserve slot. Lillard's been playing great. He's the anchor for that Portland Trailblazers team. A bit sad that he didn't make it, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, expect Damian Lillard to come out next year or post All-Star break. Post All-Star break, he's probably gonna have himself a pretty good season to end off. So expect him to take that personally and go hard for the rest of the season. The next player on this list is Chris Paul. Now he's injured, so I think the league was just trying to, didn't really want to be like injury reserve because he was going to be on the injury reserve anyways. Chris Paul was having himself a great season. He's averaging 17.5 points per game, 9.7 assists, 5.3 rebounds, and 2.3 steals per game. He was having himself a really good season until he got injured. Again, he's a player that would have easily made the All-Star team, but again, injuries just kind of got to him. So that's pretty much the reason why he didn't end up making it. And last but not least, Nikola Jokic, I hope I pronounced his name right. He's a player that you should have your eye on. Yes, he's averaging 15.2 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, and 3.9 assists. But, lately he's been playing really well, especially in the last couple months in December and January. In January, he's averaging 23.4 points per game, 10.8 rebounds, and 4.6 assists while playing with Denver. And you know what? He's one of those players that he's really fun to watch. He's a center. He's a great passer. He's been scoring the ball well. He's rebounding. And he's a player that you got to watch for in the future. So I wouldn't have been surprised if he was selected just based on how he's playing the last couple months. Like, he's been that good. He's been doing what needs to be done. So expect him in the future to be in All-Star consideration. But anyways, that is pretty much it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Do you think that there are any other snubs per se, or any other players that should have made it? Are my notables, or any of them that you disagree with? Let me know. Comment down below. I'll be looking at your comments. If you like this video, definitely leave a thumbs up and leave a like. And if you want to see more videos from me, definitely subscribe to my channel, and you'll be seeing some more content from me. Anyways, it's your boy Modern Speed signing off. Later, everyone.